Let us look at the select statement, which, as it suggests, will allow you to select data from the table. So let's go back to the wide world importers table. On the sales orders table, right click and select the top 1000 rows. And you can see here that we have the query that has been given to you. And we have select, where we're selecting the top 1000 rows. We have a list of all the columns that we are selecting. And we can also see the table from which we are selecting, which is from the wide world importers table. And sales orders is a specific table that we are searching for in this database, which is wide world importers. Now let us try to write a query ourselves. So we will click on new query and we want to select. So we can write select. Now we have to select the columns that we want. So we want order ID. Now you would notice here that we do have IntelliSense, which means that once we start typing a few letters, it gives us a prompt. But the reason it is not able to tell us that there is an order ID is because it doesn't know which table we are referring to, which is all right. We can simply write order ID, customer ID, and then the order date. And then we can say that we want to select it from sales dot orders. Once we execute it, you notice that the errors go away and we can see all the records from the sales orders only for these three columns: order ID, customer ID, and order date. If we try to write order ID once again, this time you notice that it is showing us a prompt since it knows that we are selecting a column from the sales orders table. Let us add something to this. We already know from which table we want the data. We know the three columns that we want. But what if we want to sort the data in a descending order? So we can write order by, and then we can select order date, and we will put this in a descending order. Once again, when we execute, now you notice that the 73506 order is coming at the top. Let's make one final addition. What if we want to see the details for only one specific customer? For example, we want to say that the customer ID has to be 596. Once again, when we execute, it only shows us the details for the customer whose ID is 596.